Hello again, your OD girl here from Inspire OD. So we're at the second last phase of the OD cycle and you're now at the action taking time, so it is actually time to get on with it. I'm not going to delve too much into this one as I did with phase 2 and 3, as your solutions are going to be very dependent on the change work that you're actually doing, and there's not always a one-size-fits-all solution to these pieces of work. There can be general training when you're dealing with this solution phase, so there could be training packages that you could design, but they still should have an element of bespokeness to them so that they're tailored to the organisation's beliefs and values. Those beliefs and values should be intertwined into most intervention or implementation pieces so that there's a golden thread throughout those pieces of work, and it ensures that the organisation's cultures are being lived in any training, development or growth work that staff complete. So the solution phase is the design, development and implementation of a solution or a set of solutions. These solutions, when you're thinking about their design, should always be developed with some thoughts in mind, and these are: will they support to correct the problems, close the gaps, improve or enhance performance and effectiveness? Now, I do know that sounds simple, but it can get lost in the ether sometimes when there are a number of solutions to implement and there's lots of work to achieve. So just remember to go back to those questions. Do take time to reflect and go back to them at the beginning, middle and end of your design and development elements. I always want to give you some examples in these videos. So what could be some solutions and change pieces of work? I've mentioned in previous videos, a good communication plan will always support your work. Having as many people discussing this as possible and getting them engaged will help the change piece of work move forward. So some of actual solution pieces. These could be a role and responsibility matrix. This might be a solution if there's been a restructure or there's been changes in people's job roles. What you want is clarity here, and it's going to be needed on what the new restructure is or what the roles do and don't do. You could design a training plan, and this could be incorporated if you have new mandatory training that needs to be implemented, or a current piece of work that most organisations are looking at the moment is creating digital training pathways for different roles and at the levels of competency that people need at each level. You also might have cultural change initiatives. This could be to support the different ways of working. So you'll notice that agile and hybrid working are a current agenda at the minute, and a lot of support around well-being. These are very prevalent current work pieces across many organisations, so you might feel that you're going through that. So a cultural change initiative might be a piece of work that you are involved in. That is just some examples, but those examples are for more of a large-scale change work. You could just be looking at smaller scale with a team or a department within an organisation who want to look at their ways of working together. These are probably going to be your training and team building activities. I would always suggest bringing an element of fun and creativity to these solutions, but they'll always and should have a deeper meaning behind them, and bring that back. So the work that's being done to help and support them and their ways of working through these activities should highlight some elements for them and actually what's working well and what's working not so well. And that is a good discussion to have in those team building activities. There's a vast range of solutions, no matter what level of change work you're designing and developing. I would always say, just remember, why are you doing this? What's going to give the most benefit to those who are going to be impacted by it? Those are key questions to keep asking yourself. OD is about people change, and you need to keep those people at the forefront of everything you do in OD solutions. So that is a very small highlight around this phase, the solution phase. But as I mentioned, it is very bespoke. So you do want to take time and consider and reflect, what are those solutions going to be for your organisation, and how do you get those values of your organisation embedded all the way through. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon.